What's up, guys? This is K&M Live. I know it's looking a little different, but this is K doing it this time. I wanted to give my quick opinion on the fight last night between Terence Crawford and Israil Madrimov. And somebody who's been in the sport for, like for quite some time, and also a fan, like, been watching fights in every division and keeping up with boxing. I want to say that last night, as you guys know, Terrence moved up, you know, to 4 divisions to fight Madrimov at 154. He was undisputed at 147 and undisputed at 140, and he has one belt at 135, right? And Madrimov stayed at 154. And that's kind of how he's been doing it. And I want to set the record straight that last night, shout out to Terrence because he won the fight. And yes, it was in his favor. But one thing I want to emphasize in this video is that I don't like the hatred that Terrence gets, or they try to discredit him, because it's not right. Because anybody with eyes could see that Terrence was the one controlling this fight. And the point that I wanted to emphasize is that Terrence moved up in weight so he could fight Madrimov, right? This is Madrimov's natural weight division. As in, this is where he's been fighting at. This is where he got his belt at, the WBA belt for the super welterweight title. He's been fighting countless guys in this division. This was Terrence's first fight at 154. So technically, if we're talking about challenger versus championship relationship, when it comes to boxing, the challenger always has to show more eagerness to win, to show the audience that he's worthy of getting the title, right? But in this case, it's actually in reverse. Madrimov had to show why he is the guy at 154. Why Terrence shouldn't even think about fighting him at 154. But last night it showed how great of a talent Terrence actually is. And I don't like people discrediting him because he doesn't fight Canelo. In my opinion, I think if Madrimov actually fought Canelo, like if a situation like that happened, in my opinion, Madrimov fights better than Canelo. Now, I know people are going to get mad. The Canelo fans are going to get angry. I want that to be the case because you guys are trying to find the next big thing to put on Crawford. Crawford's accomplished so much already. And so for you guys to try and demean him and say, like, if it's not a Canelo fight, then no, he's already in history. He's already done something that nobody else has done already without fighting Madrimov. This is a step that it just shows how excellent his skills are for him to carry that to 154. A guy this is his natural weight. This is that. Let me play just a little bit of the fight. Some people didn't watch it, some people did, but I'm gonna just play just a little bit of it, of the highlights. Obviously, they're showing Terrence in this and what he did well. Madrimov got a lot of big shots off in this fight. I'm not gonna take that away from Madrimov. He fought extremely well. In my opinion, Madrimov's skill set, almost in my opinion, looks better than Canelo in that regard, even though Canelo's at a higher weight. Because let's be honest, when Canelo moved up to fight Bivol, what happened to him? What happened to him? He got sent back. He didn't do well at all against Bivol. It wasn't even a close fight or anything. He got destroyed by Bivol. Okay? And so for a guy who is apparently the smaller guy to come up to your weight division and go 12 rounds with you, that says a lot about Terrence. I don't like the fact that just because he didn't get the knockout, people are taking away the credit of what Terrence actually accomplished in this sport. What I can make here is that Madrimov did at times catch Crawford really will do. And I will say this to all the Canelo fans out there. Why hasn't he fought David Benavidez? The guy that he's supposed to fight. He's avoided this man for years. to unify that division, all he would have to do is beat David Benavidez, but nope, he don't do it. Why? Because he don't want to fight him. Or whatever excuses y'all want to make for him, because Crawford ain't made no excuses. He's moved up and fought everybody that y'all said he couldn't beat. Everybody that, and then when he did beat them, y'all made excuses. So I don't like the disrespect, because Terence is a good dude, and you could see his passion when it comes to boxing. This dude puts in work for the stuff that he's earned so far. And I don't like the fact that it, as a black man in this field, and like, you know, being a part of this, I don't even want to make this a race thing, but it seems like every time they're great at something, you guys always find reasons to put them down. It doesn't make sense. Like, dude is a great fighter. At this point, the way I see it, y'all just want to see him lose to somebody. And because he went the distance with them, in y'all mind, y'all see it as a loss, when literally this dude was off for a whole year and went to go fight a champion and still did this well. How many people do that? Not many people can do that. So I don't like it, because y'all make excuses for the fighters that you guys prefer. And these guys sometimes even be subpar. I could go in on another video about the reputation, the buildup of Earl's legacy, of Earl Spence Jr. But one thing I will say, the direction that Terence could go in this, he could just unify the 154 weight class. He got Sebastian Fendora, and I don't know how to say his name. Y'all let me know in the comments how to pronounce it, because I was butchering it. But where's his name at? Yeah. Bakaram. If apparently Sebastian's supposed to be fighting Spence, right? They're supposed to be fighting each other. I got to go get the date on that, but they're supposed to be fighting each other, right? And depending on how that fight goes, this will be a Crawford versus Spence too, because now he's gonna have the I think Sebastian got the WBO and the WBC of that division. So it's just one of those things where it's like, people got to give credit where it's due. Like, every time he accomplishes something, you guys put more onto him, and then when he don't meet that standard that impossible standard that you guys set, suddenly he's less than as a fighter. I don't appreciate that. I don't. I really don't. I really don't appreciate that at all, because it's like, you guys do this to many fighters in the past. Like, back in the day, it was normal to just fight in your division, get the belt, and retire. It was normal to just do that and be great. But now that, he's not this and he's not that. At this point, like I said, y'all make convenient excuses. And this is for the people that wants to demean Terence Crawford's legacy. This is for those people, the people that hate it. My thing is, when I discovered Terence, is when he fought Jeff Horn in Australia. The guy who supposedly was so great because he lucky punched Manny Pacquiao. The great Manny Pacquiao that y'all love to put on a pedestal. And shout out to Pacquiao, because I like Pacquiao too. But the fact that he got knocked out by Jeff Horn, laid out by Jeff Horn, and Terence went in that fight, and what did he do to him? Demolished him. Demolished the man. That's when I realized, that's when I first got my interactions with Terence. When I saw him on the screen, I'm like, even my own father, who's in his 70s, said I ain't never seen a fighter like him in a long time, when he was talking about Terence. So for all the haters out there that love to demean this man's legacy, I need to stop. Because I could go on each of one of the fighters that you guys support and look at their background. They are not the guys you say they are. And going back to Canelo, if you really want to prove you something, go fight David Benavidez. Y'all let this man wait for so many years to get a fight from this man. But yet you want to go fight an old Triple G. Shout out to Gennady Golovkin. But no. Go fight David Benavidez. If you're that guy in that weight class, go beat him. And then all this conversation ends. But this whole Terence versus Canelo, I didn't even think about Terence doing all that. He's already done enough. But for you guys, y'all want to see more and more and more until he loses. And then y'all gonna say, see, he wasn't that guy. That's what y'all, that's what and essentially this is. It's like, let me put more standards on this person to see when they fell. When it's like, dude has accomplished so much already. And then y'all want to talk about resumes. When we go through resumes and he still fought exceptional people that you guys didn't deem as what? Because he's not the normal celebrity type. That's why you guys wanted to meet him. Like it doesn't make sense, man. Crawford is the example of skills pay the bills. That's all. That's an important thing that I want to get across. And I want to say shout out to Crawford. Blessings to him, man, for this victory. It was a tough fight. Madrimov is a tough guy. He is a good fighter. Like I don't like how people are trying to make it seem like as if like because he struggled against Madrimov is not no average fighter. He's not no Joe Smo. This dude got 300 amateur fights. This dude is up there, okay? He's not just some. What we saw tonight, what we saw yesterday night. Watch when he fights other people and see how they get destroyed. And then I want y'all to come back and say, "Oh well, he just wasn't ready for Terence." No, don't say that now, dude. He is that guy at 154. In my opinion, I think he would beat Sebastian. I think if Madrimov fought Sebastian, he would probably beat him, or it would be a very tough fight for Sebastian. I've seen Sebastian fight. What's that other dude? Timzu. That's the first time I even saw Fendor. When he fought Timzu. And if that same Sebastian was to fight this Madrimov would beat him. So I don't like this narrative that just because he has 10 pro fights, all of a sudden it don't take away from that. What about Lomachenko? Is Lomachenko less than? When Lomachenko had a low record, did anybody say that he was less than? They wanted him to be pound for pound. Before, this was around the time when Terence fought Jeff Horn. He was the pound for pound guy that they were putting as number. He was up there, and he's up there with the monster, Naoya Inoue. Shout out to him too. But my thing is that ultimately what I want to get across is that dude has proven enough already. Terence has proven that he's up there with the best. And in my opinion, like the direction he can go is really endless in this point. Like he could retire and leave it off that. He could unify 154, but in my book, he's all-time great. Unified 2 weight divisions. First male boxer to do it. Then to go up to another weight division to fight his first fight to fight a champion. Who does that? Not many people can do that. He didn't even take like a normal 154 fight, like a normal guy, fight him and then go fight Madrimov. He went straight to Madrimov, straight to the top, and still executed the way he needed to. So that was it. All I had to say on that. Y'all leave y'all comments, and with y'all opinions on what y'all think about this whole situation. And like I said, shout out to Terence, shout out to Madrimov, shout out to the boxing world. And yeah, I'm out of here. Peace.